everybody. Today I want to talk to you about something that's really changed my life. I read a book called The Four Agreements. I'm sure many of you have heard of it. It's an amazing book. If you have not yet read it, make sure that you go and get it. And one of the agreements in the book is to be impeccable with your word. And this sounds like something that could be small, but it is absolutely life-changing, and it's something that you have to pay a lot of attention to, because I think in today's world we really like to people please. So I noticed this coming up a lot for myself and actually for my husband when we'd be in groups of people, or maybe we'd be meeting people out, and it's making false promises just when you know that maybe you won't be able to meet people for lunch, or maybe you're never going to, have that party or meet people for coffee, or stay true to whatever you're saying in that moment. It's very important, not only for your life, but for that other person, to just be impeccable with your word. Now, that doesn't mean if they say, hey, we should go get coffee sometime, you say, no, it's never happening. It's not what I'm saying at all. But it does mean that you're not promising something. You can say, maybe sometime that'd be great. And if you mean that, fantastic. But if you absolutely have zero plans to ever have coffee with somebody, don't make the date. Don't say, yeah, we should get together next week, because that's not only giving false promises to that person, but it just created a huge problem for yourself, because you're going to have to go back, and it's going to be more painful to deal with either avoiding that person, and I promise you, if you say yes and you try to avoid the person, you're going to bump into them in the most awkward of situations, and you're not going to have anything to say. That's just how the law of attraction is going to work for you. So it's better to just be really honest with the person. Then you don't have to go and face it later. Has anybody ever experienced that? I know that I have. So being impeccable with your word is all about making sure you're not making false promises. And if you're going to be somewhere, to always try to be on time, to always respect that person no matter what you're doing, leave enough time, and really keep promises to yourself. So being impeccable with your word, to me, also translates into your entire life. So making unbreakable appointments for the gym. If you say to yourself you're going to go to the gym, you keep that word to yourself. The more that you start keeping your own promises, you'll start to notice that your life really starts to flow. You have less guilt, you're dodging less people, you feel less upset every single day, and you truly are a person of trust. So a lot of times what happens is when we break our word with people, or we break appointments, they may not say it to you and you may never know, but you start to become someone that they don't rely on. You start to become a person who's not trustworthy, who maybe they're really not going to feel safe within that relationship because they know they can't count on you. So even when you say no, people appreciate that more than saying yes and not showing up. So start flexing that no muscle. It's so important, and do it politely. People will respect you so much more, and they'll keep you in that trustworthy category, and I promise you, you'll feel so much more flow in your life and less guilt, that you'll probably notice a feeling of peace come over you, because you're not constantly worrying about all the things that you said yes to, or having to lie to somebody, or having to dodge something, or get something out of your life because you took too much on. So an exercise that I'm going to leave you guys with, that I do all the time, is when I get asked to be somewhere, to speak, to go out to lunch, to meet for coffee, to get together with people, I always say, let me look at my schedule and get back to you, because that gives me time to think. It just buys time to really think if this is something that you can handle, if it's something that your schedule can handle, if it's something that, is equally beneficial for you and that person. Because if it's not, then energetically you might want to look at spending your time somewhere else. So that's really important if you want a life with more flow, if you want a life with more time and things, and you want a life where you can truly get to all of your goals and accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. So I hope this tool really helps you. Just buy yourself some time. It's going to be the best thing that you've ever done, and people will really appreciate your honesty. I know that I do. I would rather be told no or let me check than a yes and then have a cancel. That is so disappointing. So I practice this every day. It is still a challenge for me, you guys, and there are times that I fail at it, but if we just keep trying, you feel so much better. So leave your comments. I want to hear what you think, where you've noticed more peace in your life because of this. If you've noticed that you don't have to dodge so many bullets, leave your comments, share the love. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.